Hello and welcome. My name is Ruta. I am female coach, emotional well-being practitioner, trauma integration specialist, and holistic womb healing and feminine energy guide. Today, I wanted to talk to you about when someone is treating you badly and you feel like it's something that is happening to you maybe more than once or maybe keeps on happening again and again. What is the reason and also how to change it? So there are two aspects of this issue. First is to understand that how somebody is treating you is not a reflection of you, of what you deserve, or even if you have done something. How someone is treating you is a reflection of them. So first of all, you need to decide that this is not necessarily personal. It is important to understand that so that you would not feel like, okay, somebody's treating you badly, that means you deserve it. Somebody's treating you badly, that means I've done something wrong. So therefore, the first point is to understand that it could be that the person is simply reacting to a trigger. You may have said or done something which you had no intention to trigger the other person, but because this other person might have some issues which are not resolved yet, they having this extra reaction, which you might think like, okay, this feels like this is very strong reaction towards me and they're treating me badly and maybe I did do something wrong. So the reason why I'm asking to consider that, first of all, everybody's behavior is not your choice, but it's their choice. You have no control over how somebody will choose to treat other person. One thing that you can choose is to walk away, step back, take a distance, take a pause, or not to react. But I understand that very difficult thing to do sometimes in the heat of moment is not to react, especially when you feel like, okay, I'm actually being treated unfairly or badly in this situation. Especially this would be something that would be activated either in friendships or in partnerships. So not in necessarily one-off encounters, but in something that you would consider long-term relationships. So it doesn't have to be romantic relationship, it could be friendship relationship, it could be work relationship. But the key point in here is like you feel like, okay, I have this feeling within me that I am not being treated well, or this person got upset and they kind of took it out on me, or that person is getting triggered and I am on the receiving end of that. I got this pattern. It's been very active for a very long time for me, therefore I'm sharing this with you. I also sometimes still keep on getting blips of that experience, so therefore I decided to make this video to explain two aspects of this. So the first part is to understand that how somebody chooses to treat you is reflection of their own interpretation of what is happening and is not necessarily connected that you done something wrong or that you deserve that. So that's the first thing. Second thing is to consider that if somebody is treating you badly or mistreating you, when that happens, there must be something in your vibration that is actually attracting this experience. So this is, again, I just want to make super clear that it doesn't mean that you deserve it. It just means that from metaphysical point of view, from the energy point of view, you are matched to this behavior. So how are you matched to this behavior if you not intending for it, you not wanting for it, you not asking for it, and you not deserving this behavior? That means that sometime throughout your life, most likely in your childhood, could be early childhood, could be a bit later childhood, even teenage years, you picked up an energetic pattern where, first of all, you are accepting in your reality that I am being treated badly and this is normal, or that is somehow part of my reality. So that means it became part of your reality or belief system. And the second point of this second point is you have unresolved trauma of becoming a receiver of this being treated badly behavior. So this could be really deep subconscious, because it could have come from experience. Like, for example, you were a child or you were a baby and your parents were busy and maybe they were stressed and maybe you got shouted on, or maybe you've been told off for being either noisy or making situation worse for them, or blamed. I know that most of us would think that our parents did best they could, and I agree. I think most of our parents did best they could in their situation. However, for purpose of this discussion, it is about the fact that you somehow at this point in your life still have trauma, which is attracting behavior and energy from other people where you're being mistreated. So apart from many situations where this could have happened to you as a child while you were at the age of probably 4 or maybe 8, some age where you can remember, it could have happened before that, it could have happened even as early as in your mother's womb. So for example, what might have happened in that situation is your mom might have experienced some bad treatment, bad behavior, and might have experienced those emotions. As a baby who is being still developed, you have no way to differentiate between your mother's emotions and between your own emotions. That's true also for children. That means you would come into this life having this trauma, having these vibrations already active. It could have happened in some instance where you, for example, went to school and maybe you had a bad teacher, or you have been punished unfairly, or you've been blamed for something, and that might have set off this pattern. So for whatever the reason you have this vibration in you active, what it means is not that this is something that you will carry throughout your life for the rest of your life. It only means that you have emotional residue, which means you still have emotions of that situation, that trauma, not being resolved yet. So that means somewhere in your reality, somewhere this is still active. You never reached closure, you never reached resolution for yourself, usually because we don't have tools to do that, we don't know how to do that, our parents don't know how to do that, and you still have this vibrational frequency active in you, and therefore now your emotional body, your energetic body is attracting the situation to draw your attention back to it, to mirror this back to it, so that you would have opportunity to integrate. So those are the reasons, and these are the two aspects of looking at it, and you can integrate it, and for that you can do two things. First is to decide that this is happening to you. You are not necessarily making it happen. So first is to understand that, okay, this is somebody else's behavior. It's up to them how they behave, and I cannot control them or at their mercy how they treat me, but it is up to them. Okay, so one aspect is to decide that you don't have a control on other person's choices of their behavior. The other aspect is to understand that you have control on your own, not just behavior, but integration of frequencies and the patterns that you would like to resolve. So you are responsible for your own well-being, and you are also responsible for the choices that you make. And it is possible for you to integrate those traumas. It is possible for anybody to integrate these traumas. And of course, some cases are more extremes. Some cases are hard to do. Some cases requires lots of work. But the point is, once you decide that this is not something that you want to continue to have in your life, once you make that decision and once you start to go back intentionally in looking where that trauma started and where it's stemming from, you start changing this vibrational frequency already. So it could be that it doesn't disappear completely, and it's not like you become suddenly completely different person who doesn't attract that behavior in one day or after one integration session. But once you start going that direction, you start paying attention to what is happening inside of you. You start paying attention what is happening outside of you. You start to understand that, okay, this is the reflection of what is going on inside of me. And also I have control only about my own energy. I don't have control about the other person's energy or their choices. And healing and changes starts to happen then. So you can do this by using number of different methods. My favorites are metaphysical anatomy technique, the completion process, and the parts work. There are a number of different other techniques that you can use, but those are my favorite. So you can look it up, check it out, and do it yourself. Or you can connect with somebody who knows how to do it to guide you through the process. If you want to work with me, you are welcome. You can contact me via details that I will be posting under this video in the description. And apart from that, it doesn't really matter what other people think you can or you cannot do. It doesn't really matter even what happened to you so far. What it matters is what you're gonna decide to do and will start doing from now on. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Bye bye.